How are you? My name's Guy Bloom and I am the creator, author, manager of an organisation called Living Brave Leadership. Now, I help individuals and teams who are, in essence, business leaders on how they perform in terms of their individual impact as a leader and the way that cultures work. Now, why that's possibly relevant is that over the last few decades, I have had the privilege of working with, hundreds of individuals who have been able to reflect back on their life and really understand some of the stepping stones that they've made, the correct turns, the wrong turns, the things that they've learned, and maybe I can offer some of that cumulative learning to you as you look out on your future life. Now, here's the thing I've really come to understand. Some of us have a real sense of vocation. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a vet. I want to be a fighter pilot. It doesn't matter what it is. But when you know what you want to do, then the criteria for getting there are probably relatively well set out. For a lot of other people, there's a lack of clarity, there's an uncertainty, there's almost like going into a clothing store and saying, well, it all looks very nice, but I don't know which one of these things is going to suit and fit me. So I think for some people, there's a sense of, I have absolute clarity about what I want to do, and in the trying on clothes analogy, what I want to look like and therefore what I'm going to wear. And then for other people, I'm not so sure. I don't have that clarity, and following that metaphor through, I've got to try things on. I've got to see if they fit me. And here's the one thing that I've come to understand. Success really doesn't come from having the clarity at a young age around what you want to do. The most important factor is the kind of human being I want to be. Because what is absolutely clear is that dependent on what it is that you decide to do in life, you are either capable of doing it or you are not. You may have an instinct around it, which means it comes easy to you. You have to work really hard to get the craft and the competence to be able to do it. But once you have, in essence, put a tick in the box that says I have the competence, or people can see that I will have the competence in this thing to maybe employ me, whatever that is, well, actually, there's quite a lot of people that can fulfill that criteria. The real question is, for an organisation, for example, do we want this person to come and work for us? Do they look as if they're going to be able to fit into the team? Are they going to, at some times, do what it is that they're told, but also hold their ground and have opinions and offer their thoughts into the room? Are they going to be submissive, or are they going to be a troublemaker, or are they going to be somebody that can find the balance of realising that now is the time to contribute, but now is the time to hold space on a thought or an idea and be curious and to bring challenge into a room? So here's the thing. It is the individual mechanics of you as a human being that will always shine through. There are thousands of people, millions of people that can do a thing, but whether or not you want to be associated with them, whether or not people want to connect to you, whether or not people want to support you and help you in those endeavours, well, that's not going to be necessarily just about your competence. That's going to be about the experience of you. So that's the one thing I'd like to offer you. If you know where you're going to go, well, go there and don't be afraid to change. I often deal with people that have spent a lot of time getting into a role and then suddenly think, actually, I don't know if this is the thing for me. Well, don't be afraid to change. And if you don't know what you want, fine, that's okay. But here's the thing. As you try these things, try your best, obviously. Try and be the best at it. I absolutely am a believer that if you want to make cupcakes, just make the best darn cupcakes that there are, and there will be people that want to buy them from you. So whatever you go into, try your best at it. Try your best at it. And if you try 1, 2, 3 things, that's okay. Don't be a quitter. Don't be somebody that gives up too quickly, but put the effort in. It must make sense to you. Go for it. But here is the defining factor. It is the experience people have of you. It is your reputation. It is, in essence, your brand. It is the story of you that people will be talking about and will want to associate with. So work on yourself, reflect, keep a journal, seek the opinion of others. How did I do there? How am I doing? What should I pay attention to? Where did I have real impact? Maybe where was I not so effective? Do not shirk, do not be scared of, do not be fearful of seeking feedback and doing something about it from people that you respect. And if you don't like receiving feedback, push yourself. Become comfortable asking those questions. How did I do? What could I have done better? Not everybody's going to be right, not everybody's going to be accurate, but if you ask enough people, there'll be a balance of opinion that you can then work with. So those are my thoughts. I hope it helps, and I wish you absolutely every success.